Hey, we got him. We just outdid a black hands, guys. Dang, that's not bad. I like it. This is a fun build. I'm enjoying it. I mean, we got a lot more people to try and beat before we can say it works. It works. But that's not bad. That was not bad. How's it going, everyone? Just wanted to make a quick video detailing the build that we had come up with last night. We decided to try out the Forge Hammers, which was honestly extremely fun to use. So I wanted to make a quick build guide on this build so that if anyone wants to try and give it a go in Corrupted, they can go ahead and do that. I absolutely love making builds from weapons that people genuinely don't think can work in the dungeon. And I think that's one of the great things about the game is that you can take these things that don't really seem viable and make them work. Okay, but anyways, let's go ahead and take a look at the build. So what we have is two versions of the build and two different variations of playstyle for the build. First one we're gonna look at is the cheap version. Okay, so there are two variations of this. There's the cheap version and the expensive version, and then also there are two different playstyles that you might be switching between when using these. So the cheap version utilizes the assassin jacket. Now most people are gonna ask, why not a hunter jacket? When everyone tries to use a Forge Hammers, why not go with hunter jacket for more attack speed? Honestly, the simple answer is no one thinks that the Forge Hammers is really a viable 1v1 option, or really it's not that viable almost anywhere. So I genuinely think, because everyone always just says Forge Hammers, hunter jacket, there might be a problem with that combination. So I decided to try something completely different. And we went with more of a reset style build, and it worked out really, really well. So we're using the assassin jacket to reset our combo. So basically we use our combo, we go all in, we deal some damage, we're also extremely tanky, and then once that combo is done, we're going to invis, wait for the combo again, and then pop it again when we come back out. There's about a 3 to 4 second downtime. That's the basic concept behind the build. So a quick overview of the strengths and weaknesses. Seems like the strengths are high burst damage builds, so when we're versing someone with high burst damage, and it's also extremely good at rat catching. So it has the ability to hold a rat down and kill him. So it's a really good catch weapon. The weaknesses, seems like high regen or healing builds are the big problem for the build. Luckily, we are pretty mobile with dash, so a lot of the healing builds we can kind of dash away from. There are two variations of this build that you're going to be running. One is the slam build. Now this one relies on Iron Breaker and Heavy Cleave, as well as using a pork omelet for cast speed. You have to really have good cape management with this one, because if you don't use your cape during this, you're likely to miss it. So the idea is we get big, we slam over and over using cast speed, and you slam quick. So the idea here is that you land your slams on a target even though you don't have them stunned. Use this on builds you don't think are going to be mobile, right? People without dashes, people that don't want to move. Other melee is a good option. Anyone with gig boots is not a bad idea either, because they just don't have much mobility. Curse, black hands, things like that, where you can kind of predict where they're going to be. The other one is for highly mobile builds. You switch food because you don't need the cast speed anymore, and you're going to use the dash. So essentially the idea behind this, and sometimes you're going to use bash knee. I had to use bash knee on warbows, things that want to kite you, anything that wants to kite you, bash knee. But if they're not trying to kite you, they're just really mobile, maybe they have dashes to get out of a slam, you're going to use this build. So you're going to basically dash in, get big, pop your slams, and auto attack. Right now, the more expensive version, which is the one we were using towards the end of the stream, which I actually really liked, is the Royal Jacket build. Royal Jacket build works the same. This one seems to have a bit more synergy with it because of the attack speed increase. So honestly, if you're really planning on trying this build out, I feel like this is the way. Basically, same exact concept. You dive in, you pop your moves. This gives you cooldowns and attack speed. You keep on top of them with your cooldown boots, and by the time your giant steps is over, you're almost ready for it again. This is without an omelet. We had 8 seconds to go till we were ready to go again. So with this build, honestly, I preferred the resist pot for the in-between. So when you got small, you might resist pot if you needed to. But anyways, let's go ahead and jump into the clips, and I'll see if I can analyze the fights for you and show you how I run this build in Corrupted. Okay, so this first fight is versus a light crossbow. You'll see basically we jump all in. We actually failed to pop our E in time for his E, which wasn't good. But you want to go all in, pop your E and your helmet together for extra resistance. They actually combo really well. One gives you a lot of armor, the other gives you a lot of magic resist. So together they make you extremely tanky. Once the combo is done, you'll see we stealth up and we wait our time here. Now, if you don't think your opponent's that dangerous, you can kind of unstealth near him, but typically you want to get back, wait the last remaining seconds until your E is ready again, and then go all in. The basic idea of this build is only fight when your E is available. Oof, that didn't even reach him. Okay, we got him. Now, I wanted to go over a quick problem with the cheaper build because you're likely to run into it if you run it. Now, for those who don't know, if you apply any sort of damage or debuff to an enemy while stealthed, it will unstealth you with the assassin jacket. So you'll see here we stealth up and immediately unstealth because we still have our E active. So be extremely aware of that if you're using the assassin jacket build, and be sure to wait until your E is off before stealthing up. Anyone know how we appeared there? What happened? All right, so this next fight is up against a warbow that is trying to rat corrupted dungeons. So this guy is not actually interested in fighting, and he had quite a bit of loot on him. So he basically was just trying to run away, and this clip really details just how well we can chase someone down with this build. So you'll notice we're on bash knee for our Q for the extra slow, we're on W for the mobility and the slow, and we're waiting to use that until he gets moving. So you'll see whenever he gets to move, we try and dash into him, and at any point in time, we just try and apply that Q as much as we can. And because we're using the Royal Jacket here, we actually rotate our sprint really quickly. You'll also realize we're not using the cooldown sprint with this one. We just simply have more mobility with basic run. So if you're trying to catch a rat, or even any time you invade, I'd recommend being on this setup. Just in case it is a rat, there'll be no time for you to swap your moves. You're going to want to be on bash knee, dash, and basic run. But you'll see here, basically we just chase him down, we throw a poison when we think he's going to get some distance to avoid any possible regen during the downtime, and we just keep on top of him, cycling our moves as quick as possible. It's really simple, but it's very effective at keeping up and killing rats. That was a get out of here. Oh, pro dodge. I think he was trying to rat. Oh, juicy stuff, man. A chef table? A chef table? That was a rat. All right, so this last fight that I want to show you is up against a soldier armor heron spear. Now, this was actually a tough fight. It seems that the build is not great against plate, so it's likely something you got to take a bit more cautiously. All the fights we had against plate were pretty close ones. So here we are, we go big, we pop our helmet and our E together. You'll see the even bigger aura of the Royal Jacket for the extra attack speed plus cooldowns. We back off while we're small and try not to trade at all on the in-between here, and we're buying time for our next E. Our E is almost up, so we go back in. We're gonna pop and grow again. There we are. When he's using his deflecting spin, I'm trying not to attack him too much because deflecting spin just reflects so much. So I'm trying to stall my DPS during those moments. But honestly, yeah, just he kind of blew everything on the first engage, as most people do, and then we were able to re-engage again with pretty much all of our cooldowns, securing the fight. Got him. That's actually really tough, honestly. Like, plate is not easy to verse for us. All right, guys, so I lied. I do have one more bonus clip for you. This one is showcasing the double slam variation of this build. Now, keep in mind, you don't want to use this unless the guy you're versing is fairly immobile, doesn't have a lot of blinks or jumps to get away from you, as any sort of teleports will actually really counter this strategy. But honestly, this showcases how much fun this build is to run, just because of the repeated slams that you can do when using all of your moves together. So guys, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, please leave a like on it. If you want to watch me run this build live, you can catch me on Twitch at twitch.tv/Nazori. But you guys have a great day, and thank you for watching. Oh, that looked pretty. We didn't even poison him. Oh no. Just Stalker, guys. Just Stalker. Ooh, this is trash. I'm picking up garbage. That was dirty though. I really liked that. That was pretty good. It looked easy to land. I think we go refine this. This is what I'm talking about. You go in with a weird build and you just try and figure out what you could do with it.